Have you been able to glean, I know you're now in a position studying this, whether the agencies are treating these tips any differently now than they were a year ago? Uh, do these events influence which tips they look at and how forcefully they go after them?
Well, to my knowledge, the standard is still credible and specific threats. You can say anything you want online, but that's not going to prompt a law enforcement response. Well, just about anything you want. I'm going to correct that. You can't make specific threats against individuals, tactics and techniques. There are certain things you just can't say or do. But by and large, the other issue is that many of these groups, and I want to walk away from this discussion with everyone understanding that January 6th was a symptom. It wasn't an endpoint. And so many of these individuals gone back to their state and their community, and they're organizing at the local level. And so now the burden shifts not from the federal government, but also to the state and locals. And so it's incredibly important to understand that the prevailing radicalization, the violent ideology is still out there. It's in our communities all across this country in every single state. People who came here to DC to attack the Capitol came from every single state, and they went back to every single state. And so to understand how they're being radicalized, to stop them before they mobilize to violence, I think is the key. There's still a high standard, to your point, Aaron. You just can't go and get a subpoena or surveil people just because they said something that may be reprehensible online. And the standard is still there. So it really places the burden on not just law enforcement, but regular citizens. We have to get back to where we were post 9/11. If you see something, say something, right? And that's really the problem with how our domestic intelligence is framed. It's framed in a post 9/11 preventing apocalyptic type of foreign fighter violence mentality. And we have to get to the point that we're comfortable reporting things about our neighbors or people that we know who become radicalized to stop them before they actually mobilize to violence.